Why is he shirtless?
That's your first question?
I mean, how can you even ask that? Just look at him.
I still don't get it.
Hello and welcome, fellow film buffs. I'm Zack, and I'm joined by my co-host and fellow cinephile, Hunter Vanalira.
What's up?
We are the box office losers. Each and every week, we deep dive into the movie sphere and watch anything and everything to grace the silver screen or on your TV screen. This week, we are talking about The Babysitters, continuing on with Spooktober.
Woo woo woo! Hell yeah, dude. I know we have differing opinions on this movie, but
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed it enough to watch
Very
both the
different
movies twice. I watched this one and Killer Queen both twice in the span of like a week and a half.
I did a double feature. I watched the first one, and immediately watched the second one. The second one is so much better.
Yeah, but I wanted to cover this one first. Maybe further down the line we'll cover Killer Queen, or not at all.
Yes.
I didn't watch Sinister 2 yet, though. I wanted to.
Neither have
but
I.
did not. Yeah, but you've already,
Oh,
have you already seen Sinister 2, though?
I have not.
Oh,
I've only
really?
seen the
Interesting.
first one. Well, yeah, and also, as you saw in our schedule, Hunter, I took liberties and I took out Friday the 13th.
Yeah, which is a weird thing for you to just drop Friday the 13th, but it's okay because we have a weird film
Well,
that I have
see,
yet to
it's
see.
it's the first Friday the 13th. There's not really Jason.
It's
Mrs.
Jason,
Voorhees.
but like, I don't know. I've never seen any of them except for the reboot.
Oh, that's horrible. That's upsetting.
I didn't hate that one. I thought the kills were pretty cool, and I liked the Jason look. So,
But no, I took liberties. Since we talked about it last week, we are going to be watching Be My Cat, a film for Anne.
because I've never seen that, and it sounds fucking weird.
I watched it.
Yeah,
I tweeted about it. The director liked it. A bunch of other people liked it.
nice.
So like it's a good thing.
Did you
'cause
tweet it out
I
through your
feel-
personal one or through the Box
Yes,
Office Losers
through
one?
my personal.
Use
Box Office Losers. Well, Box Office Losers, I will drop the link to it, and also we'll drop a link to us on my personal.
Sounds cool.
And also, hey, I keep on realizing that our Instagram notifications are getting a lot of likes from Galen Howard. Hey, man, if you're listening, thank you for watching the show.
Yeah, what's going on? I was a big fan of you in the woods with the Sugar Pine 7 boys.
Yeah, hey, if you want to be a guest sometime, hit us up.
Yeah, man, I'm for sure down. We'll be a little more professional when we actually have a guest on.
Yes.
Especially someone of acting caliber.
All right, let's just dive into this overview. We've bantered about our thoughts and beginnings of this. So, The Babysitter is a 2017 American teen comedy horror film directed by MCG and written by Brian Duffield. There we go. It starred Samara Weaving, Judd Lewis, Hana Mae Lee, Robbie,
Amell.
and Bella Thorne.
also Andrew
You also
Batchelor.
King
Bach.
Batch.
I call him King Bach. I know it's King Batch, but fuck him.
The film was released by Netflix on October 13th, 2017, 3 years ago yesterday,
Yeah.
and received mostly positive reviews from critics. A sequel, The Babysitter Killer Queen, was released on September 10th, 2020.
Hell yeah, dude. I've had this on my Netflix queue since 2017, and I finally sat down and watched it.
Jesus Christ.
There are some films that I have on there that I'm just like, I'll get to eventually, because, we're not talking about them, so it's like, whatever. I don't know.
I watched this. I even streamed it for my friends in Discord.
Nice.
I mainly laughed about like once or twice.
I laughed a couple times, but then I watched it with my friends, and I laughed a lot more because they were reacting. They were just like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, hey. So
I laughed at like a lot of the one-liners.
Oh, the
and
one-liners are
everything.
good.
Like when Maylene's dad calls him a bitch at the very beginning. Very beginning calls him a bitch.
Yeah.
Driving the car through the house, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, there's actually a flub there. I didn't put it in the notes because it's not that important, but when the car is hanging there, you can actually see the hook that it's hanging on.
Oh, that's dope.
And now that I told you that, if you ever rewatch it, you'll see it immediately. It's so
Yes,
obvious.
I will. Also, there's another flub that when he is, I think, doing like the mid-barrel roll, the headlights are not shining through the house. So.
Oh, well, that's just a lighting thing.
Well, hey, that's I study this shit, man.
I know, which is why you gave this such a low rating compared to our usual films.
Yeah, this is the lowest rating I've ever given a film for box office losers.
Yeah, well, that's because you're more of a critic. You're more of a critic than I am.
Yes.
Like I actively enjoy films when you sit there and you hate yourself.
Yes, exactly. Because I point out continuity errors and other garbage.
That is what it is. So our notes section is rather small today.
Yes.
Because there's just not a lot of notes to talk about. I tried doing more research rather than just looking at Wikipedia, and I literally couldn't find anything else besides these three pieces.
We don't use Wikipedia, remember? We just come up with our own notes.
Oh yeah. We don't use Wikipedia at all.
Come on.
So I couldn't find
Definitely
anything
don't cite
besides
them.
what we have here, and everything else that I found wasn't important at all. So, I'll read the first note.
Yes.
Filmed in 2015. This film was filmed in 2015, but not released until 2017. It was intended to play in theaters until Netflix acquired the rights for streaming. It was then released on Friday the 13th in 2017. So they filmed this back in 2015. It was supposed to come out in 2016, and then Netflix was like, gimme.
That's a good thing, actually, that it went to Netflix, not to theaters. I think it would have bombed in theaters.
I don't think it would have bombed. I just don't think it would have done well critically. It's different when you have to pay for a movie. Like, if I had to pay for this, I don't think I would have liked it as much as me streaming it for quote-unquote free. Because even though Netflix isn't free, it feels like it is sometimes. Because, $15 or whatever it is a month to watch whatever you want. Yeah, I forget about it sometimes. It's basically free. You watch one movie at all during that month, and you made up for it box office-wise. So yeah, I found it quite easy.
I have to read this next paragraph. This paragraph is pretty
stupid.
funny. In the original script, Sonia was a cheerleader, Allison was a journalist for the school newspaper, John was called John the Baptist, and Max had dreadlocks. What?
Yeah.
The characters were later reimagined to more closely reflect stereotypes of slasher movie victims. Only in this film, they're the antagonists.
Revelation.
Thank you. The revelation of Allison desires to become a journalist was kept from the original concept of her character. Only now it's much more humorous.
Yeah. So yeah, Max is Robbie Amell. He's supposed to have dreadlocks. John is Andrew Bachelor's character. So he was supposed to be called John the Baptist.
I wouldn't mind seeing Robbie Amell with dreadlocks
running around with no shirt and dreadlocks.
Funny. that would have been pretty funny regardless.
But I like how they turned the victims into the antagonists. I thought was cool. It was the hot girl, it was the cheerleader, it was the weird girl, the black guy, and then the jock. So I thought that was cool. And then, of course, you got the kid.
Just fucking stabbing the goddamn nerd in the head.
That was fucked up. You don't expect it, man.
Cause I was like, huh?
When I first watched it, I was
I
like, whoa!
And then the joke was all that blood was in his dick before.
Yeah, when it shot all over King Box.
Cool.
I was like, what? Just, it's funny, man. It is.
Alright, if you want to read that next bit of notes.
And the last bit of notes that we have for this film: the spiders in the basement are Mexican red knee spiders, which are the same species of tarantula used in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Just a fun little tidbit. I think Big G's a big old school movie fan. You can tell by some of his other releases rather than just these two. But the second one especially has a lot of references and funny, quirky bullshit. So, it's always fun.
Now, so actually, I read this plot yesterday to my friend who missed me streaming it. Legit, this goes through the first, second, and third act of the entire fucking film.
Yeah, it covers everything.
I will read the first,
paragraph.
because I know there's a word here that I got tripped up on that I finally pronounced it right, but I know I'm not going to say it right, so I'm going to leave that to you.
Okay, I'll find it.
Preteen student Cole is bullied by his neighbor Jeremy, but his babysitter B stands up for him and scares Jeremy off. The following day, when his parents go off on an overnight stay at a hotel, otherwise known as just jerking off the husband, B and Cole spend quality time together until he has to go to bed. Cole is encouraged by a text from his other neighbor and best friend Melanie to go see what B gets up to after he goes to sleep. He sees B and several of her high school friends, Max, John, Allison, Sonia, and Samuel, playing a game of Truth or Dare, formatted as a game of Spin the Bottle. However, as B kisses Samuel on a dare, she pulls 2 daggers from behind her back and stabs him in the skull. The others collect Samuel's blood, revealing themselves to be members of a demonic cult. Cole hurries to his room, where he calls 911, puts his shoes on, and finds his pocket knife. He pretends to be asleep as B and the cult members enter his room and draw a sample of his blood. After they leave, he tries to escape out the window, but B stays in the room, and Cole passes out from exhaustion and loss of blood.
Hell yeah. So,
yeah.
I got another fun little note to talk about real quick. So that scene with Allison and B making out, that was completely unscripted. The scene just said, B kisses Allison. And then they were both like, what if we make it weird and fun? And I was like, nice.
Oh, God.
I think it was the same thing with John as well. John was just supposed to get a kiss on the mouth. Instead, she licked his face.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
I'll continue reading, since it's not really the full end of the paragraph.
Okay.
B and her question Cole, while feeding off his questions by saying it was a science project. When the cops arrive, Max kills one of them with a poker, but the cop accidentally shoots Allison in the tit. While B and Max kill the other cop, B forces Cole to give them the code for all clear. While Allison complains about being shot, Cole rushes up the stairs. John pursues him, but is pushed over the banister, landing on a trophy that impales his neck.
Yeah,
that is the
fun
most
scene.
graphic death.
Yeah. And, dude, he gets another graphic death in the sequel. He gets the most graphic deaths, I think.
Yes.
Besides the one where they pull Thorne's head off in the sequel. I was like, whoa! Ooh, not cool.
Yeah, they pull her head off, and then they shoot her head off in the first one.
Yeah. So, so this is like the opening 30 minutes or so, and it's just a fun little ride. Because at the beginning, you get to see B and Cole's relationship, and then you get to meet her friends, and you get to see their zany personalities, and then you see them, again, drain the blood from both Cole and Samuel. And then when Cole wakes up, you see Max isn't wearing his shirt, and he goes, why isn't he wearing a shirt? And then they ask him a couple more questions, and he goes, I want to know why he's not wearing his shirt. Where did his shirt go?
Also, like, dude's ripped. Good for him.
Oh, yeah, no, he looks good. But, dude, so I made this joke when I was, not a joke, I made this observation when I was watching it with my buddies the second time. So, John, Bach's character, he gets blood all over his shirt, right? In my brain, when it was first revealed that Max didn't have his shirt on, I was like, oh, he gave it to John. But if you look at John, he's still covered in blood. So Max just took his shirt off, and then it went nowhere.
Yep.
Where the fuck did it go?
Don't worry about it.
Exactly. We don't need to worry about it. And
See,
then we get the first major death of one of the bad guys, which is John falling on the trophy. Dude, there's a lot of setup in this movie. There's a lot of foreshadowing.
See, like, the thing is, so with Max's character,
mm-hmm.
It's like you also like him too because he wants Cole to, because he wants Cole to succeed.
Oh yeah, no, he's like, all right, Cole, you go beat the shit out of that bully right now. He's like, what? You just tried to get? Nope, you get right out there, kid. You got this. And I was like,
he wants Cole to succeed.
Yeah, and in the sequel, you get to see he's like, I love you, Cole, you son of a bitch. Look at you.
He's like, I'm proud of you. You got laid. Good job.
As he's dying, he's like, proud of you. So good. There's a lot of foreshadowing in this movie. So when the mom goes, hey, Cole, pick up your toys, you see he picks up one toy, and then it pans over to the car that's right in front of the stairs. That's the one that John trips over. Right as
no parent tripped over.
Yeah. Right as the parents are about to leave, you see the mom move the trophy onto the desk into a different position, and that's the one that John falls over and gets impaled by. They make a joke about the shot. They make a joke about the shotgun. There's a scene where they're going under the house. The mom is, and she's talking about about the mouse traps and the spiders. So like they're hinting at a lot of stuff here, and they talk about the the treehouse. I think just briefly.
I think so.
So it's cool, and so I like some of the foreshadowing they do.
It's good. It's like the kills were very, very like elaborate. I like the kills. Did I like the movie entirely? You'll find out.
No. You didn't.
Especially in my notes.
You son of a bitch. I will continue on with the plot.
Yes.
Cole escapes out of his bedroom window and hides in the crawl space under his house. Although Sonia finds him, he traps her in the basement and he ignites a firework that he got from the garage and bug spray blowing her up. After showing appreciation for Cole's ingenuity, Max chases Cole up a tree where he is then killed as he falls off and he's hung by a rope. But in the interim, that's when there's that scene where at the beginning, more foreshadowing, where B goes, you gotta drop and punch him in the dick right when they're chasing you. He does that to Max. Yes. He misses though. You missed my dick, Cole, and it's pretty big. Don't know how you missed it.
No, it's not.
He's like, that's just rude. He goes, no, it's not. He's like, Cole.
That's just rude.
and
then in the second one, you found my dick.
You found my dick, Cole. You found my dick. It's funny shit. Yeah. There's a shippage. There's a oh no, my slinky. There's a scene right in the interim where Cole is still running. It's right after he blows up Sonia. He's running away from Robbie, Amell, Max, and he sees they see Jeremy throwing eggs at his house, and that's the scene that you said where they get encouraging words. And then he goes to pick on him. He then explains everything to Jeremy, and he's like, Jeremy, please, these people are going to kill me. So let me hop on your bike, and we'll go, and I'll do your homework forever. I'll wear a stupid fucking blue headband. Just please save me. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, I got you. Sure. He's like, because if you die, who am I going to pick on? And then he just eggs him in the face. And I was like, redemption arc for Jeremy's over. I thought for sure he was going to get a little, like, redemption. Nah.
Oh, hell no.
Then there's the scene where he gets hung in the tree.
Yes.
Where was I? Cole escapes to Melanie's house, but B follows him where she got the shotgun from the cop's car. While hiding in the room, Cole apologizes to Melanie for dragging her into the situation and assures her that that he's going to take care of things. He asks Melanie to call the police, then she kisses Cole before he leaves.
Which went fucking nowhere, apparently.
Yeah, they did a bad job with Melanie in the sequel. She got really hot, though.
Yes, but that went, this went fucking nowhere. That kiss went absolutely fucking nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I like Jenny Ortega in the sequel, so she was pretty good as the new, golf girlfriend.
Yes.
Hell
yeah.
Hell yeah. Cole returns to his house to find Allison, who tries to kill him with a kitchen knife, which is, again, foreshadowed, but then moved. So there's a scene at the beginning where Cole is picking at one of his little robots, and he's using the knife. The dad picks it up, puts it in the dishwasher, and then you're like, oh, that's foreshadowing. Cole's going to get it, take it out of the dishwasher, and use it to kill somebody. He checks the dishwasher, it's not there. He goes, where's the knife? It then cuts to the mom giving the dad a hand job, and the mom goes, hey, honey, did you put the knife in the dishwasher? And he goes, yeah. And then she goes, don't do that. I put it back in the thing. He goes, okay. And then it cuts to Allison having the knife, and I was like, that's funny. Foreshadowing is great. Right as Allison is about to kill her, after she tackles him, he punches her in the boob, and she's like, how dare you punch me in the boob? He's like, you're trying to kill me. He's like, but I didn't punch you in the dick.
Well, no, she wanted to also make a sexist joke about it too.
Oh yeah, she also keeps
which
saying
kind of also
that,
fell deaf.
Yeah, she also keeps talking about how Cole keeps staring at her because she's hot, and that comes back in the second movie. That's pretty funny. But
Bella Thorne, yeah.
Yeah. She's not a terrible actress, and I think she's funny when she has the right material, but overall, she kind of for me. She's good looking, but I mean, isn't an actress. She's just meh.
Yeah.
There's a movie that came out called Infamous, that's on Hulu right now. She's in it. She's one of the leads. She plays a robber or something. I'm probably going to check it out. So instead of killing him, she's instead shot in the head with a shotgun by B. B explains to Cole that when she was young, she made a deal with the devil to get whatever she wanted by sacrificing innocent people and spilling their blood on an ancient book while reciting verses. We find out what that is in the sequel, and it's a good payoff.
Yeah.
Although she wants him to join her, Cole refuses and burns the spellbook. He then rushes to Melanie's house, takes her dad's car, and drives it through the house while B tries to rescue the book from the flames in the living room. After crashing the car into her, they have one last emotional farewell, and oof, hit me in the feels. Cole climbs out of the wreckage as the police and emergency crew arrive. Cole tells his parents he no longer needs a babysitter. And then later we see a firefighter going through Cole's house, and then he's attacked by B, giving us sequel vibes, and also I think it's a reference to Michael from Halloween.
I think so.
Yeah. So that is all the plot and notes we had for The Babysitter. We'll go into our mid-movie notes. I'll do mine real quick because it's not really mid-movie notes.
It just notes.
I said I watched it twice already in the last month, so I won't be watching it a third time. LOL. It was really good. I liked it.
Okay. So for me, I really did not like this movie all that much. Cause also, I look at movies differently than Hunter does. I am a very critical person about certain movies.
I like fun. That's why Guns Akimbo is one of my favorite movies of this year, even though it's actual stupid trash.
Which is why I like Guns Akimbo too.
Yes, which is what we'll be talking about at some point.
Yes. So here are my notes. Why? This movie was like having to drag myself up a mountain and scream just for it to fall on deaf ears. I had high hopes going into this, but I was kicked in the dick. The Babysitter makes Scary Movie 4 and 5 look like Oscar award films.
That's so false, though.
Hell, I'd rather watch the actor who played the father in the movie called Bad Milo, which is a film about an actual evil shit. To quote a friend, I'd rather shit myself in public than watch this film again.
Your friend is a fucking... I'm not going to say the R word. Your friend is fucking stupid. This movie is quality content, man. If you like horror comedy, definitely check this out. It's one of my favorite horror movies currently.
You know my thoughts on horror comedies. I like horror comedies that are self-aware.
Yes, but your friend saying I'd rather shit myself in public than watch this again, he deserves to shit himself on a date. Fuck that kid.
But I like self-aware horror, like comedy horrors. Hence why 2 kind of redeemed itself.
Yeah, 2 knew what it was. It's because the first one tried to be like a semi-serious horror comedy, and then 2 was just like, we have a dance scene when they have sex.
And a lot of innuendos.
Yeah, a lot of innuendos. And
I'm picky about my horror comedies. Hence why I liked Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5 were
4 and 5 were
trash.
Atrocious. 2, I think 2 is my favorite. 2 is the one with the haunted house, right?
I think so.
Yeah, where they go into the house and the guy's got the little hand.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. That's probably my favorite. Moving on to the reviews, we're
read the good review, I'll read the bad review.
We're always adding on to the show, so we added some good reviews and bad reviews, but I'm going to read the beginning real quick. So, on Rotten Tomato, the film has an approval rating of 72% based on 29 critics with an average rating of 6.19 out of 10. That's basically what I gave it. Makes sense.
It also has a 60% from viewers.
From audience, yeah, but the audience is always wrong. What? Nani? So,
the audience is wrong.
I'm gonna read the fresh review that I put on here. So it's from Ryan Larson of Ghastly Grinning. He said it is fresh. It says director McGee and writer Brian Duffield deserve a lot of credit for The Babysitter. It isn't groundbreaking, but it's a damn fun film that has enough laughs and just enough gore to keep everyone interested. And that's what I like. I like fun gore. Like, I'm not a big fan of like gore for the sake of gore. Like, I hate watching like Green Inferno or any like the Eli Roth movies because there's too much gore and it's just like not tasteful. But I'll watch Evil Dead or The Babysitter or Scary Movie or something over and over and over again because it's fun gore. You know what I mean? They don't make it like too serious.
Eli Roth is supposed to be doing the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, well that makes sense though because it's gonna be dumb fun.
I will read the bad review. Ironically enough, Jacob Knight from Birth Movies Death. Perhaps the most infuriating elements of Babysitter is that it feels like a horror movie made by someone who doesn't necessarily like horror movies, and has taken its odd opportunity to sort of laugh at the genre.
Which makes sense, but also like I don't know. I can see how you guys don't like it, but yeah, I love this film. I think it's fun.
I watched it with a friend of mine who's also in the same major as me, and another person who also kind of likes movies a little bit. So like you have to like understand where I'm coming from a little bit, where I kind of throw my own 2 cents in.
No, I completely understand what you're saying.
Via the stuff that I've learned and kind of know.
Yeah, well, you also took film classes in college, and you're still taking some film classes now, so you have more of a critical eye. Like, if I watch this with more of a critic's eye, I could probably pick this apart and be like, that's dumb, I don't like this, the writing's bad here. But I've tried to step away from that approach, and I try to, like, honestly, I try to like everything. I try to find a reason to like everything. If you go on my Letterboxd and you check out my 2020 film log, you're going to see movies that do not deserve ratings higher than what they are up there. Like, I gave Guns Akimbo a 10 out of 10. I gave Bloodshot a 7 out of 10. I gave the new American Pie movie like a 4 or a 5 out of 10, even though it only deserves like a 2 if you really think about it. But, you know, I just like fun. If the movie's fun, it makes me laugh. And if I would watch it again over something else, I'm definitely going to, pick that movie. Like, I would watch the American Pie Girls Rule movie over some of the other films I've watched this year, even though the other films are much better, like, written, cinematography, direction. They're just much better. I like comedies, so I'll always put a comedy over something because I could watch a comedy again. I could watch The Babysitter 4 more times this year and still be entertained, but I wouldn't want to watch, like, Sinister 2 more times this year because Sinister is like, it's scary, it's one and done, it's nice, I know the plot, but for The Babysitter, it's a fun comedy, I might even show The Babysitter to Courtney. I might be like, hey, Court, check this out, it's really good.
Well, I prefer Killer Queen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because it's far better, in my opinion. It definitely did redeem itself. In my eyes, I got a lot more laughs out of it.
Yeah, it was more self-aware. Especially, it was more of the style of comedy horror you like.
Especially when it's like the moment I knew it won my heart. What was the fighting game fight scene?
Oh, I actually didn't like that part. I thought it was dumb.
I like that. I'm like, there we go. That's what I wanted to see in the first one. I wanted to see a self-aware funny joke.
I mean, yeah, that was self-aware, but like it was too self-aware for my taste. Like the dance scene for the innuendos, them Jenny's the boat's name was Jenny in the sequel, so it was 8675309, and that was like I get some of the self-aware humor, but that was too much for me. Especially since they were trying to rip off Mortal Kombat and they didn't use a fatality. I was like, that's kind of fucking stupid.
I thought they're trying to just rip off. Actually, no, they weren't. They were going to use Mortal Kombat because the finisher at the end. Fuck.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping. I thought that was a Street Fighter thing.
It was kind of Street Fighter, but then they used the voice clip from Mortal Kombat, and then it has more of a Mortal Kombat classic vibe.
But I'm happy though that they got, like, I think all of the original cast.
Every single one from the original cast came back, and then they had everyone who survived, who wasn't like everyone but Jeremy came back in the sequel.
Am I what is it? I'm trying to think. Fuck. So Cole, he looks like one of the Sprouts twins, like one
he does
of like
he's got a very defined jawline, like one of the Sproutses. He's not though.
I'm looking at him like he looks so much like I think Cole, the one who's more successful.
Yeah, the Riverdale.
Who's done like movies and shit.
Yeah.
Which we have to watch that the one where he was the transfer student. That one's really good.
Yeah, I think that's the one that Dylan was in though.
Talk more. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah. So there's so Judah Lewis is becoming a scream king in a way. So he started out in The Babysitter, and then a year or two ago he had a film out called Summer of '84, which was freaking awesome. And then he we'll talk about that at some point on the show. And then he had this, and you can see the transition. Like if you just watch Babysitter 1 and Babysitter Killer Queen, that boy glows the fuck up. He is a good-looking kid.
He did.
And then
and it was Dylan. It's called Dismissed.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
I'll definitely check it out. And then maybe we'll talk about it around like January. And then if you check out so if you watch Babysitter, then you go to Summer of '84, and then you go to Babysitter Killer Queen, you can see his progression in how he goes from weird 12-year-old to like hot teenager. Because in the Summer of '84, there's a good interim where he looks like he's transitioning into, he's going to be a hot adult, isn't he? He's got a nice jawline. I don't know. I like jawlines. Don't judge me. Samara Weaving has a nice
he was
female
born in
jawline, too.
2001.
Who?
Judd Lewis.
Hey, sweet. So me calling him hot isn't weird.
Yeah, it's not weird at all, definitely.
Hey, man, no homo. I know when a guy's
Pause.
good looking. Fuck you, man.
And then the person who played Mae Lee is now 18.
And Melanie.
Melanie, Mae
I
Lee,
think
fuck
that's
you.
Lynn something or
Emily.
Lind something.
I think Alan Lind.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks damn fine. Now for our final reviews to wrap up the show. I know it's kind of a quick episode, but not a lot of stuff to talk about really. Just a fine film for me. I liked it a lot, and then I know you, Zach, you didn't like it. We'll get to that. So, my review for this is 7 Why Is He Shirtlesses out of 10. I like this movie. I thought it was fun and, like gory. I don't know, it just blended horror and comedy in a way that I liked a lot, and it kind of spoke to me. And I was like, if I ever wrote a horror movie, I would want it to be somewhat like this, where it's a little self-aware, but not too self-aware like the sequel. I don't know. I like this film a lot. I thought it was pretty good. Zachary, what's your fucking review on this movie that I like a lot and you don't like?
I gave it 4 Bella Thornes getting shot in the tit out of 10. So, okay. Like I said, you know me. I like horror comedy, hence why we both agreed on Scream for the very first episode.
Yeah.
I like self-aware. I like things that don't take itself too seriously. If it's a comedy, I at least want to be able to suspend my disbelief in it. This one, I was able to, but like I couldn't find myself laughing at more than 2 things that were like the one-liners or Max being like a very endearing antagonist.
Yeah, he was great. He's probably my favorite character in the whole shebang.
He was like, I'm not even mad at you, bro. Proud of you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not even mad, bro. Not even mad. And then when he blows up Sonya, he's like, holy shit, you just blew up Sonya? That's fucking awesome. I'm not even mad right now.
By the way, how did the house not get destroyed from the ground level there?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. Who cares? It's a movie. He also crashes a car into it, so,
I know, but okay, but legitimately, that crawl space, at least like a section of the house should be gone.
Unless that's under concrete.
Which is I don't think it is.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Okay, I gave it the review I did because critical, and I am also a piece of shit. And hey, this was this is an interesting episode for us, since this is the first time we've ever had moderately different opinions on a film.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see what I wrote on my my review for it on Letterboxd. Here it is. I wrote, this is stupid fun, every character is ridiculously exaggerated, and it's a fun mess, comedy horror at its finest. Quick review. So, yeah, I liked this movie when I first watched it. I gave it 3 stars the first time I watched it, so a 6 out of 10. And then when I rewatched it, I gave it a 7 because I liked it more.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Maybe if I watch it again, I'll like it. I'll like it a bit more.
I think we should watch it. We should have a Halloween party at some point, or have a horror movie party if we can't hang out before COVID's done. Until after COVID's done, and have we get drunk with our friends and watch horror comedies, because I think this would be a nice double feature to check out when we're drunk.
or stoned, but yeah.
Or stoned. Ooh, this would be a good stone film for sure.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, if I watch it again, my review may change, but right now, this is so far the lowest rated film I might give for Box Office Losers until we watch The Room or.
Well, because you gave Mulan a 5, so yeah, this is your lowest. I think the lowest of mine was a 6, which is Mulan for me.
I gave Mulan a 5 because it didn't capture the charm that I so love.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But
all right, Zachary, do you want
me
to
to sign
this
us
out,
off?
or do you want me to close
this
out? You
I got it. Thank you all for listening. You can go and follow us at Instagram on Box Office Losers, and on Twitter at Box Losers, where I might do some more, because I'm the Twitter and YouTube guy, and
I'm the Instagram and Anchor guy.
Yeah. You mainly follow the Instagram for up-to-date news, along with fan art that we see online that we have made.
Whether it be
not
fan art
of us.
or alternative posters or
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys want to do fan art of us though, for sure, you can find us
We
on
need to
social medias. I tagged us.
We definitely need to do like a video episode.
Once COVID's like done being COVID, I would love to get like a set up somewhere, and then me and you could like film a little episode where we get like horror movie posters hanging up in the background and like some horror movie toys on the desk or something. I think it'd be fun.
Well, you can go to the mall because there's a poster store in the mall.
I have a bunch of posters.
No, but like there's like a nice poster store in the mall.
Oh yeah, no, they added a poster store. Yeah, no, I saw. I definitely want to check out see if there's a Scream one or maybe a Sinister one.
But yeah, guys, just follow us on mainly Instagram because that's where everything gets posted. Don't forget to subscribe on both YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It helps us get up there in the rankings. Leave a review. Once again, that helps us. Share with your friends. That really doesn't help us that much. They just go, oh, cool, thanks for sharing a podcast I probably won't listen to.
Hey, but if they do listen to it, thank you guys.
Yes. And once again, hey, and also Galen Howard, once again, we are open. We're open to you being on the show.
Hey, Galen, if you want to show up and we'll talk about one of your favorite horror movies or Christmas movies or something, definitely check us out.
No,
we'll be down to do something with you.
Any episode of Box Office Losers doesn't have to be a movie review. It could just be like a shoot the shit episode as well.
Yeah, we can do an interview with you. Talk about talk about your favorite roles and bullshit.
And kind of like, and also our introduction to you, which was
The Woods.
The Woods.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for listening. Please check us out on all the social medias.
I'm gonna give. You can also follow me at Dark Shadow Zack.
Oh yeah, we gotta
everywhere. Instagram, Twitter. I'm also a contributor on Sports Hit List, and follow that. Hunter, where can they follow you?
You can follow me at Scruffy Moose Man on all social medias and on Letterboxd. I think it's either that on Letterboxd or it's just my name, Hunter Van Leerp. And then you can follow me, follow my podcast, Pound That Button, which is a PlayStation podcast I do with my buddy Alex and my buddy CJ every Tuesday that comes out. And then you can check out my comic book podcast that I do with my coworker/co-host called Android's Amazing Podcast. All those have Instagrams. Just Pound That Button and Android's Amazing Podcast. So please check it out. Leave a like, subscribe, review, everything you can do. And check us out on YouTube, because I feel like we don't talk about YouTube enough. But, definitely check us out.
Yes. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.
Did you just blow up Sonya?
No.
I mean, I'm not even mad. I'm a little surprised. What did that?
A firework?
A firework? Holy shit! Damn, good for you, kid.